Wow, Min and I literally just got back, pun intended, that's the name of the tour, from the Paul McCartney Got Back Tour concert in Madrid, Spain. Now we went all out because we are big Beatle fans here. And we took advantage of the VIP Hot Sound Experience package. We're gonna tell you exactly what that entailed, how the experience was, how much we paid, was not cheap. We went all out, and whether it was worth it at the end of the day. And if you want to know how to score some pretty incredible seats in the arena, you got to watch this episode. Stay tuned after the trailer. We are Dennis and Min. Come join us on our traveling adventures around the world. Hey, thanks so much for watching, guys. Yes, this is a travel channel if you're new to this channel, but we did travel to Madrid, Spain to check out Paul McCartney's Got Back concert there in Madrid. Wow, it was incredible. And we are here to share with you that whole experience from start to finish. And I know a lot of you that watch in the demographics, information that I can see on my channel are in that range of boomers that are really devoted to the Beatles and Paul McCartney and that whole era of 60s music. And so I'm right there with you. And I am, yes, a self-proclaimed Beatleologist. I haven't really mentioned this before at all, but I actually been in a band in Hawaii that plays in a Beatles tribute band as Ringo. Yeah, because you just got to have a big nose, a little talent, but a big nose to go with that job. And we perform on ukuleles over there, and I play on a cajon. So that being said, our band got chosen in 2017 to appear in Liverpool, England, where we performed at the International Beatle Festival. Yeah, we played at the Cavern Club. We played 10 shows over 7 days all over Liverpool in front of thousands of people from all over the world. So sorry for the self-promotion there, but I just want to let you know that I do know a few things about the Beatles. And so for me, Min, to see the Beatles or any member of the Beatles like Paul McCartney live, it is really something. So we went all out on this show because, Paul McCartney is 82 years old now. He still does an incredible job putting on these amazing shows night after night with the energy and enthusiasm and the humility that only he can put forth. And so I wanted to share with you this experience and how much it cost. Stay with me. I will share with you how much this package cost us, what it included. And again, thank you so much for watching. Again, I will be doing, finishing a video specifically on our travels there in Madrid. So stay tuned for that video a little bit later on the whole town of Madrid and that vibe. We loved it there, but this specifically is geared for Beatle lovers and Paul McCartney fans and those of you that want to know how to score some incredible seats. And you can't just get the ticket and it's gonna, there you are, front row center. There's some tips that I'm gonna teach you that I learned how to get front row center. All right, and so please, as always, if you could do us a huge favor and like and subscribe to this channel, we would be so grateful. And if you do so right now, I will show you a picture of when I met, at least eyeball to eyeball, with Sir Paul McCartney back in 2017. So I personally have seen Paul now 3 times. First time was in 1989, and that was at the LA Forum, as it was then called. And anybody else was there? If you're big Paul McCartney fans or Beatle fans, please also drop a comment. I want to hear from you and of your love for the Beatles and Sir Paul. And the second time was in 2017 in Tokyo, where I went with my good friend Matt, who lives over there, and I just thought, bucket list, go see Sir Paul in Japan with my buddy, and that was amazing. And we kind of stalked his hotel a little bit and got that previous picture. And then, of course, we had this 2024 version. Now, The word first got out that he was touring earlier in 2024 in South America, Central America. The tickets for the European leg went on sale in June of 2024. And I talked with Min about this. We were in Hawaii at the time, and I said, we should do it. We should just do it. And so we ended up waiting for that date where we could go online and get our tickets. We decided to go all out, and I'm going to share with you how much all this cost, so stay with me. We decided to go big with the most expensive ticket package you can get. So that whole process was a little bit unnerving because I kept getting kicked out of the system, and every time I got all the way through into booking the ticket and paying for the ticket, it didn't accept my credit card. Okay, we'll try another credit card. That didn't. Let's try a debit. So I don't know. It seemed to take hours. It probably took about 15 minutes, but there's people that are just buying up those tickets by the thousands every minute that ticks by. So anyways, I did end up getting this VIP Hot Sound Experience standing package for Madrid. So what happened was they had sent an email after it was confirmed that they received our payment for the tickets back in June, and that the actual tickets would be sent DHL to our address a couple weeks before the show. Sure enough, we got the email that they were going to be arriving the next day. We got our tickets in our package, as you see displayed here. So there's really nice, colorful soundcheck passes, and then also on paper with the actual concert venue passes. Okay, so we flew to Madrid, Spain, a couple days before the concert, got a hotel there, and we toured around the city and thought maybe we'll see Paul or one of the members of his band walking around El Retiro Park. We didn't, but we got some great footage that we're going to share with you later for another video on Madrid. And so the day before the show, so Paul played December 9th and the 10th. We went there on December 9th to the arena to kind of scope out the situation. Now, what comes with our VIP package is some merchandise. We also are invited to the sound check before the concert. That was going to be something very special. And by the way, I will be posting a little bit later the actual set list from both the sound check and the concert from that evening for those of you that are Beatle fanatics. And so we went there the day before, about 2:30 on December 9th. So the day of his first of two shows there in Madrid. And sure enough, there was already people lined up. So it is kind of first come, first serve in these sections. So for those of you that are interested how to get the best seats possible, listen, because every concert venue, every arena that is performed at by any artist is going to vary from place to place, country to country, city to city. So for this particular arena in Madrid, it's called the Weizink Arena, something like that. But he played 2 nights there, and so there was basically these 2 VIP sections right in front of the stage. So they're basically general admission for the VIP holders. So it really is first come, first serve. If you want to get as close to the stage as possible, you've got to line up early. So I'm glad we went the day before because we saw that there was people in line from 6, 7 in the morning to be first in line for both the sound check and the concert. So we went ahead and took that advice. Okay, it is Tuesday, December 10th, 8:30 in the morning. It's 33 degrees. We are here to see Sir Paul McCartney. We're waiting in line all day, pretty much, to try to get front row. And this is where we're waiting, right here. It's about 33 degrees most of the day. An unusual cold spell came across the Iberian Peninsula. And wow, we weren't quite prepared for that. But Was it worth that? Yes, it was worth waiting in the cold. We survived, and we went ahead and met the others that were in line before. So we were there again about 8 o'clock in the morning, and Min and I were number 7 and number 8 people that to get to go in later that day. Now, keep in mind the sound check where the doors open up to let us in was at 4:45. Okay, so we were there from 8 in the morning. So what was really cool, like in the top number 10, right? Min and I were number 7 and 8, but the people that were represented in the top 10, 20, these are real, true, diehard Beatle fans. I mean, I thought I was no, these people, they've seen Paul McCartney 200-300 times. And you think, how is that even possible? Wonderful people. Maybe I don't know, maybe they might need a little medication. My friends think that I need medication because I'm such a Beatles fanatic. But these people literally travel all over the world wherever Paul is playing, and they go to his concerts. And many of the people that were in the first 10, 15 people that were there had seen him the night before in Paris as well. In Madrid, and we're also at the Paris show a few days prior. So they just literally follow him around. So it was really great getting to meet these new Beatle fan friends, and they were from not just the US, but they were from Spain, of course, also from Belgium and Japan and Poland and Colombia. I mean, wow. The world was represented at this Paul McCartney concert, especially in the VIP section. And so we got to spend the day with them and just chit-chat about things and the Beatles and Paul McCartney and the memorabilia. And so that was really fascinating. And we became like family. By the time we got let in the doors into the arena, we were like really close. So that was really awesome. So the experience was that once we got our wristbands, again, they made sure everybody was in proper order. They did this several times leading up to the entry into the arena, where they literally had us in a single file line with our number, being able to show I'm number 7, Min's number 8, 9, 10, and so on. So again, the staff was really good about honoring this system that was in place to recognize those that were there first, should be let in first as well, and so on down the line. I'd say there was maybe about 150 people that were part of this VIP section. There was another VIP seated section, which was kind of off to the side. So those seats were good seats if you need to sit down, but they weren't as close to the stage as the general admission part. So again, that whole first section of the stage is pretty large, and that would fill in with other VIP purchase holders that were not part of the sound check, that were not part of the merchandise that was included with our package, and so on. So there was a lot of other people that filled in for that general admission seating. But for us, with this VIP package and getting there early the day of the show, it secured us pretty much a spot in front of the stage, right against the barricade. So how close did we get? I'm going to share that with you, as well as the cost for all of this. Okay, but first, as we walked in, again, they checked our wristband, and then they went ahead and gave us our merchandise, which was really cool. It actually was better than I was expecting it. So it came with a really nice duffel bag with zippers, and also another smaller canvas bag, and we also got these lanyards that had Paul McCartney and the Got Back information on it, and these really cool luggage tags, which, we're always traveling, so those will definitely come in handy. And also the magnets we got. So we got one each, of course. And we also got a poster of Paul McCartney's, and what was interesting is that these were actually numbered. And I don't know, they must have shuffled these posters, because they were like, our numbers were very far apart for being next to each other. But there was a total of 3,000 apparently that were printed, I'm presuming just for this 2024 VIP package tour. So that was really cool. I don't feel I have to leave anything more than this poster to my children in the future, because it's going to be worth a lot of money at some point, I think. So we were again let in maybe around 5:15. It might have been later. Again, we'd been out there for 8 to 10 hours outside, and then even once inside, thank goodness it was warmer, so we were having to shed some of our layers of clothing. But then we were kind of keeping in our single file line, having time for a restroom break, and then we were escorted to the sound check. And wow, wow, wow. So we were escorted through this corridor out into the floor of the arena, and we were out there. Everything was really, really organized, and within about 5 or 10 minutes, out comes the band, and then out comes Sir Paul McCartney.
Hola! Hi, sound checkers. Welcome to the sound check. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of time checking the guitars and the microphones and the piano and all that. So just enjoy yourselves. Take it easy. Have fun. And welcome to Spain. All right, Pap.
Now, where we were having to be standing was back where the soundboard is. So we're, 2/3 of the way back on the floor of the arena. So a little bit distant, but it was still amazing. There's nobody else in the arena but just these 150 or so people that got to experience this private sound check. And so I'm going to have a list of the songs here so you can see what was played. For copyright purposes, I can't play any of the songs or the music or even from the concert. Unfortunately, I will show some video without the audio, but I just don't want any hassles with the copyright issues that YouTube has with all that. So, Sir Paul was amazing that he really acknowledged us. I mean, he first came out and said what they were going to do, and they played for a good 30 to 40 minutes. I'm like, wow. And they were like really, putting on a show just for us. And most of these songs, they did not perform during the concert, which was just a couple hours later, which means that those songs were just for us. Yes, it's for the sound testing purposes, but a lot of times bands will run through songs ahead of time to make them tighter, to get more familiar with certain changes. But no, these were most of the songs they didn't even play at the concert. So we got an additional dose of songs that people at the concert did not get a chance to see or hear. So that was really nice. All right, so after the sound check, we were escorted back out into the interior of the arena. We went upstairs, and there we were put into another single file. They were checking our wristbands, making sure we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, very orderly. They were very good about making sure nobody was going to be scamming the system or cutting in line. They were really good about keeping order and calm. So that was really nice to see from the personnel and staff there at the arena. And after maybe a 20-minute wait in this long corridor, we got let in to the empty arena, but in front of the stage, the one main general standing area right in front of the stage. So we were basically escorted right into that section, and we all were taking our places, which were right in front of the stage, front row center, pretty much center. And wow, Min and I donned our Aloha attire from a very ritzy ABC store in Waikiki, just to stand out a little bit, represent Hawaii, but I think we might have represented the ABC stores a little more, perhaps, sorry. But it was fun, and again, it was such an international presence there. We just, felt it was neat to assimilate into that multicultural drawing that Paul McCartney has. And I hope you guys are still with me. You must be real diehard Beatle fans to be with me this long, and if you are, I just wanted to say thank you because it was a great experience. And like any concert, right? If you're watching it on video or TV, it's never the same as when you're there in person. And when you are such a fan of someone like Sir Paul McCartney and have been following him and his band for decades, and then you are this close to him finally in person, it is just such an amazing, amazing experience. So we were front row, right up against the barricade, and it was, after as time went by, we were looking at the stadium, the arena filling up, and it was like incredible. We felt so blessed that we were able to be at that location. They have such incredible seats, and it all was because, going back to my earlier tips, we went there the day before to scope things out, to see the lay of the land, how soon we needed to get there in the morning, and we did get there early the next day. And that's how you secure those general admission, standing only sections, is you just have to get there early. And again, there was no chaos. There was nobody rushing around. Behind us, probably from the 70th person back, I don't even think they were keep counting at that point. It was probably a little bit more chaotic, like organized confusion or chaos. But for the most part, the first 20, 30 people that we were part of that group, it was very calm and serene. And then we just found ourselves, shoulder to shoulder with all these people that we got to know throughout the day, right there in front of the stage. And when after we were there for almost 2 hours before the concert started at 9 o'clock at night. Whew. So it was well worth the wait. The time actually went by very fast, and we purposely did not drink much. Another tip, because you don't want to have to go to the bathroom. Who knows if you'll ever get back to that front part of the stage again, or in front of the stage. So we ate much earlier. We really stopped drinking after like 3 o'clock. Just so that we wouldn't have to go do our business. So we were there for a couple hours waiting for the show to start. And when it did, it was just magic. And Paul McCartney right there making eye contact with us. How could he not be wearing these bright red Aloha shirts that looked ridiculous? But he got his attention on more than one occasion. But it was just such a great concert experience. The sound system was amazing. The light show, the LED displays, oh my gosh, they are so crystal clear these days. Wow. And, the Live and Let Die, where the fireworks and the explosions. I mean, when you are where we were standing, I think some of my eyebrows were singed off from the fires. You could really feel the heat. I mean, that was like, yeah, it was incredible. So I will be, as I have been, showing some videos of the concert. And one thing I wish I would have taken more video of was in between the songs, when Paul was talking. I don't know, I just have this habit of not being so interested in what people have to say in between songs. I should have known better. It was really cool to hear what Paul had to say in between songs about George, about John, about his little aspects of his life, being in the Beatles. And you could just tell he was just really humbled by people coming out and supporting him and for following him like they do. And he was wanting to just put out the best show. Yeah, he's 82, but he's much better shape than a lot of people, even younger than him. And to sing every single song for 2.5 hours. That was his concert. Again, as I mentioned, the sound check was about 30, 40 minutes long. Night after night, that takes a toll on even musicians and artists that are a third of his age. And so, yeah, it's not always so perfect, but you don't care because you know that he is really just giving it his all. So it was a tremendous experience for us. And I'm going to get into, again, how much all of this cost us. And I do want to share one thing that really surprised me and Min was the demographics. I'd been to a couple of Ringo Starr concerts before as well. Fantastic show. If Ringo's coming to a city near you, and if you haven't seen Ringo and his all-star band, you got to go. He kicks butt as well. I mean, he's just such a great performer. But At the Ringo concerts I've been to, it's almost like if you're from the U.S., an AARP convention. I mean, it's almost almost 90% of the people seem to be over 70 years of age. I'm almost 60, and I was one of the younger people there, believe it or not. At this McCartney concert, I was amazed that so many people in their 20s and in their 30s. And it was encouraging to see that there's some future and hope for the world, that there's so many young people into the Beatles and Paul McCartney and understand the greatness that lies within their music. And so that was really aspiring to see so many young people from all walks of life, from all over the world, appreciating this man. Okay, so you want to know probably how much did all of this cost, right? So I explained everything to you, right? The merchandise that they provided for us. We had a personalized sound check experience that was amazing. And how much would all of this cost? Even if we weren't right in the very front row behind the barricade in front of the stage, but just that generalized first section, how much would all that be worth to you? I know some of you, maybe you would pay $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 maybe, right? People are spending that kind of money on following him on these tours. Easy, believe it or not. But how much were these tickets that we paid? For our package, we paid just under $1,000 each. I think the total was about $964 for the entire package. Now, what's interesting is the ticket itself was like $164. So it was about $850 for the sound check, I guess, and the merchandise. But it was all worth it, so worth it. And for us, we don't have a lot of additional money like that to throw around. So it really had to be somebody special. There's no other artist, singer, musician, or band I would pay that much money for. No way. No way, no way, no way. But Sir Paul McCartney, for us, well, worth it. And on that note of affordability, it's all relative. For us, we don't buy a lot of clothes, much less fancy or designer clothes. So think about like maybe you're one of those people that likes to spend their money that way. It's your money. You can spend it how you want. I'm not going to judge you. Min's not going to judge you. But we're very frugal in many ways. When we travel, we try to be frugal. We find ways to save money all along the way. So for us, spending $2,000 on an outing and flying there, staying in a hotel, that was a big deal for us, but it's because we don't spend frivolously in these other ways. And having said that, it was worth every penny. All right, so that's going to conclude our travel to Madrid, Spain, where we saw Paul McCartney's Got Back tour concert there, live, front row, center. Oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. We are so blessed. Thank you, each of you, for checking out this video and spending your time with us. And check out in the description if you want to know a little bit more about my Beatles tribute band, Beat Lele. We got a lot of information out there on the internet, on YouTube, and Spotify, and all that, wherever music can be found. So enjoy that, and we will see you the next video. Take care.